And greetings, casual citizens. Welcome back. It's been a minute and clicking on the wrong buttons. But anyway, we're back. Finally.
Howdy.
It's been a while. But there's new Star Trek.
There is new Star Trek.
So we're here reviewing Star Trek Picard, Season 1, Episode 1. Oh, man, I didn't even... sorry, it's like Remembrance, I think is the name of it.
Oh, is this the name of the episode? Remembrance?
Yeah. So
she is or isn't Dr. Manhattan at the end?
she's not Dr. Manhattan?
I was quoted. I'm sorry. It's not funny. Okay, carry on. Wrong show.
Oh, Watchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do the Watchmen finale.
That's okay.
Things happen. But, I don't think Daj was Dr. Manhattan either. Although,
Daj?
not bad. She's the android. She's the one android left.
She's not left.
Well, her sister is.
Sylvie, I believe her name is.
Is that what it was?
I believe so.
I thought it was something else.
Sure.
Anyway, what did you think overall?
It's either Sylvie or something else for sure.
It's something that starts with an S.
I think it's Sylvie. What did I think? I was surprised and I liked it.
You were surprised how?
I guess I thought for sure. I didn't expect the Dodge to die right away.
Yeah, there was a lot more happen in this premiere than I thought there would be.
I thought there would be a slower roll. I was surprised even in that opening interview.
What do you mean?
Well, I just didn't expect him to blow up and give a speech like that. I guess I thought he would kind of...
I mean, that line was in one of the previews, one of the trailers.
Which part?
Where she was like, "Why did you quit Starfleet?" And he said, "Because it wasn't Starfleet anymore."
Oh, that
fine. Was in one of the trailers.
That's fine. But with him saying leaving those people was and talking about that, Anywho, yeah. So.
Okay, but did you like it or did you?
Oh,
not?
Loved it. I loved every part of it.
Okay.
How about you, Paul?
Yeah, I really liked it. Like I said, there was a lot more that happened that I didn't expect. I didn't expect to get as much as we did. I thought like this whole concept of like Daj, I thought that was going to be like a secret, like a mystery for a while. And like, nope, this is what she is. Data's daughter.
She's a robot.
And oh, by the way, she's dead now. But there's another one. So we pulled the rug out from under you on that one.
Mm-hmm. And they're made as twins. And then you pointed out.
I pointed out.
Never mind, I get to point it out. That Lore and Data were made as twins.
Well, actually, no. Laura was older than Data.
Oh.
Laura was built before Data.
Okay. Well, I thought there was going to be some parallel to that.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Like we find out that like to make a truly unique or a truly sentient artificial intelligence, you need a twin or something. I didn't know.
Yeah. No. Well, I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe correct us in the comments. I'm pretty sure Lore and Data were not made at the exact, but they are like copies. Well, no, because Data was made out because Lore had the flaw because he had emotion. Mm-hmm. And so soon when he created the Data, was like, oh, I'm not doing that again.
Oh, okay. Is that the case?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Until then Data got the emotion chip and all that stuff, but that's the whole thing. But yeah, I overall I thought the acting was a little. Parts of it seemed like it was rushed and stilted. Yeah, the pacing was a little off. The acting wasn't great in some places.
Like where?
Like with Daj. I remember specifically when she comes to him in the at Starfleet when he was leaving the archives, right? Mm-hmm. And right before they get in the big fight, and he's talking to her about who she is or whatever, and it just felt like the dialogue was rushed, and she was like he said something where she was like the Daystrom Institute, and she was like, oh, I just got accepted to the Daystrom Institute, and he's like, that's a beautiful development or something. She's like, but we don't have time for that right now, and I was just like, that was like a cheesy line. That was just kind of like, oh, we're just moving past this.
Sure.
And I don't know.
I didn't notice that
there was stuff like that, but overall it was good. It was just. Like I said, we got a lot that I didn't expect. Mm-hmm. So very different vibe than we get from most Star Trek.
Mm-hmm. The Romulan Reclamation.
Yeah, which is a Borg cube.
Yep. Or most of a Borg cube.
Yep.
Which is cool.
Yes.
I wonder which Borg cube it is.
Well, I don't know. Right now, I'm assuming it's the one that attacked Earth.
In First Contact, you think?
Well, no, that one got blown up, didn't it?
It did get pretty blown up.
But then again,
we saw the Death Star.
we saw
on
the Death
Endor.
Star. I was just gonna say we saw the Death Star on Endor. Saw it got blown up too. So who could say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We also did do a Star Wars review, but man, anyway.
What's to review? The Emperor can make the bass drop suddenly.
Look. I don't want to call any. I've made it clear.
We're here for Star Trek.
We're here for Star Trek. No, this is related to Star Trek. I don't want to call anybody out, so I'm not going to use any names. I've made it clear as we've done this, did Star Trek Discovery reviews, that I'm disappointed in Trek YouTube, that I feel like it's misses the point of Trek. And there's so many people who are like, why is it all social justice warrior stuff? And I'm just like, did you watch Star Trek? Anyway.
Yeah.
But
and I never seem to notice the social justice anyways.
Well,
I'm just fine with it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, and we'll get into this too, the comics that prelude to Picard laid on kind of thing.
Yeah.
But comics aren't really known for
they?
subtlety. Yeah.
Why?
Well, and I feel like Picard's going to lay it on pretty thick too.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I really don't.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get into it then.
Okay.
Anyway, so I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. There's a channel that I do watch. I do watch regularly, and I like them for certain content, but I never really care for their reviews. But I was watching their preview for Star Trek Picard, and they were talking about like, how is it going to be? Like, how is this going to be? Was it going to be like shit all over fans, or was it going to be like respect canon? And then they made comparison to like The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. And I was like, wait, are they saying what I think they're saying? And it was like, they absolutely loved Rise of Skywalker. And I was just like, oh, well, this is why I don't ever like your guys' opinions on Star Trek on your reviews. Like, I just, well,
now we have their opinion, but we don't agree with that. So
it's just like, I just don't know how anybody could like that movie.
So Paul's point is that someone on the internet somewhere doesn't like the movie he likes and likes the movie he doesn't like. I don't like. He likes it both directions.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just it's fine if you don't like The Last Jedi for certain reasons, but if you don't like it for other reasons, it sends off alarm bells for me, especially if you also do Star Trek.
Okay.
But if you like Rise of Skywalker, like I watched the Red Letter Media review, and he was just like, I'm not saying you're dumb if you like Rise of Skywalker, but you're dumb if you like Rise of Skywalker.
Sure.
And it's just like, man, even if they didn't just shit all over everything that The Last Jedi tried to do and then tried to retcon all the stupid stuff and then midichlorian the shit out of it, it's still like, that's just not a good movie. It's just not a well-made movie.
Sure.
I said your review.
Story. It's not a good story. It's not a well-made story.
It's not a good story. It's not a good movie. It's not a good pacing.
Okay, so why is it not a good movie? It's just not a good story.
I sent you the review, that one guy's review, and he was just like, scenes. What are scenes?
Yeah.
It's like every single shot in that movie is like 28 seconds long and has like 4 lines of dialogue, and then we're somewhere else.
That's true.
And it's just like, oh,
I don't care about this conversation. I love it, but I mean, Star Wars sucked. And there were some racists that you heard talk about it. Okay, understood. So carry on.
It's deeper than that, but nonetheless. Anyway, we're on Star Trek.
Yeah,
Star Trek Picard.
Woo! Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah. Good way to go, Jason. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So to give some backstory, in case nobody read it, there are a series of comics out. There's a comic series out, I guess I should say, called Star Trek Picard Before Picard or whatever it's called.
Picard Countdown.
Countdown. There you go. Which they apparently did this in 2009 too. It's IDW, Intellectual Dark Web. What? Anyway, what do you want me to say?
I don't want to
say anything. The joke was right there. The joke was right there.
It was excellent.
Yeah. Anyway, so they do the Star Trek Picard Countdown comics, and it takes place right around when all this stuff kicked off. So in case you haven't read it, spoilers for the comics. They're short. It's like 35 pages a piece. They're like $2 on Comixology right now. It takes place right before the supernova hits Romulus, and Picard is an admiral, and Geordi is a commander, and they're building this big armada to go evacuate all of Romulus as much as they can, 900 million, which it seems like the Romulan Empire would be bigger than that.
Yeah.
So that's a little weird.
900 million was the total?
900 million, she said they were going to evacuate.
Oh, well, maybe they're just within the effect radius of the...
Well, okay, let's just keep in mind, by the way, that like the population of planet Earth right now is 7 billion.
Right. No, but Romulus is gone. This is post Romulus destroyed. The supernova is moving through space, is what I understand. The Romulus is gone. There's other planets that are going to get hit by this supernova. The actual Romulus.
I don't think so.
I claim it is so.
Because A, they talk about the Senate repeatedly.
So the Senate's still in power.
And B, they talk about that it's a year away.
No, yes, because it's a year away, but they didn't. Well,
and they talk about like, but we're not sure yet.
It's possible. That's true.
I think this is before the supernova.
It could be before the supernova. I just took it to mean that vineyard wasn't on Romulus. They were on another Romulan planet.
Sure.
Right. I think
that was just.
I'm not sure.
They were readying a whole bunch of ships to go to the Romulus system. That was just the first one, where they're like, oh, we just got a thing. Let's go, and there's only 10,000, so let's go get them.
I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll have to.
It's pretty clear.
Okay, fair enough. Fine.
It's not clear. It's pretty clear that is not the only planet. Is what I'm saying.
Right, but you said it was 900 million.
Right.
I guess I thought that was just the remnant after the central the capital was destroyed.
I don't think so.
Because the capital star blows up.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Romulus is still around at that point.
Okay.
They're still acting like it.
Sure.
Anyway. And in that comic, we get introduced to 2 Romulans called Laris and Jaban, and those are the Romulans that we see living with Picard at Chateau Picard.
We know that to be so.
Yeah, they said their names.
Okay.
And in the comics, Laris and Jaban are Tal Shiar, and they're on this planet, which I think it was called Yabal.
Yeah, Uwadi or something.
Something like that. Anyway. And it's a planet, like I said, there's only 10,000 people. Picard shows up on the USS Verity, which is, I think it's an Odyssey class, which is the same class as the Enterprise F in Star Trek Online. So,
do you want to see the new Enterprise in this show?
Well, you imagine they would be past the Enterprise F at this point.
Really?
Well, okay. So so this is 30 years.
D had how long?
7 years.
7 years. How long was E?
Well, we don't know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we only saw it for 7 years.
Oh, okay.
Right? It got its shit rocked in Nemesis, and that's
true.
That was 6 years after First Contact.
I wonder what they'll have for us. Do you want to see F,
or do you
want to see like something brand new and crazy? Do you want to see the Enterprise, or do you want to not deal with it? That's the question I'm asking.
I mean, it would be cool, especially seeing that they have an Odyssey class in the comics. It feels like that's kind of like a hint, like, oh, they're gonna do it, but like, I don't know. I don't need to, but it'd be kind of cool. We got the Enterprise D in this inaugural episode.
That was cute.
It was cool. Trek Yards did a breakdown of it, complained about it, looked too chrome, whatever.
Oh, really?
Don't care.
Oh.
Looked fine to me. Looked good to me.
That's the collector's edition of the D, dipshit.
Anyway. So those 2 Romulans were on the planet Yabal, whatever it was. And the Verity shows up to evacuate the 10,000 Romulans on the planet, and then Picard beams down also with the first officer that's with him, Musiker. She's going to be in the show. Musiker. I don't know.
Which one?
Musiker, the first officer, the one that goes down with him.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to be in the show.
Oh, cool. She calls him JL.
Yeah, JL for John. Yeah. And anyway, so she was with him on the Verity. She beams down. They get abducted because it turns out like the Romulans are actually plotting to take over the Verity and to go attack Starfleet or whatever, because they think that Starfleet is using this as an excuse to spy on them or whatever. And they get down there and find out like, oh no, there's like 5 or 6 million indigenous people on this planet. Right? And no, we're just totally fine. And then Picard's like, we can't get 5 or 6 million people out of here. The ship's not that big. And they're like, who cares about them? We're not worried about them. Just leave them here.
They don't even have tickets.
Yeah. Nice. And that reminds me of something I saw on Twitter the other day. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And somebody was like, what are the odds that Willy Wonka sends out 5 golden tickets to everywhere in the world if 5 white kids find it, 5 white English speakers find them all?
Yeah.
And I was like, if you consider global income inequality, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So
excellent point. Carry on.
Anyway, so they're like, oh, we're not. And Picard's like, no, obviously we can't do that. And then they even call them colonizers and all that stuff. So it's a whole thing. So like the social justice aspect really leaned in there.
I don't know what that's. Why is that social justice to say that Romulans are racist and racism is bad? That's not social justice.
That is indeed such.
Romulans have always been racist.
Sure,
so
sure.
now, and we find out they have slaves. Why is that social
And
justice?
there's literally a scene where it's like they're like, you mean where they're like, we're colonists, and she says to him, you mean you're colonizers? And she was like, well, what would you call yourself? What do you call it when the Federation settles planets?
Colonists.
Yeah.
Not colonizers.
Yeah, exactly. That's her point. That's the Romulan's point.
I know, but that's not social justice. That's just not liking slave owners.
Well, okay, but the point is, when you combine it with what they're doing in Picard, which is clearly going to be an analogy for refugees.
Oh, synths being refugees or Romulans?
No. So the series
Yeah.
is going to be clearly about, I mean, they mentioned it in the interview. They're talking about like, okay, so all these refugees from Romulus, the Starfleet agreed to take 900 million Romulans.
Yeah.
See, what I'm actually assuming is the Federation agreed to take 900 million and like the rest of them went to like different places.
Maybe.
See what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's like refugees today. Europe is taking some. Germany's taking a bunch. Jordan is taking the most of them.
Sure.
The U.S. only took like 60,000. It's the same kind of thing. That's what I'm imagining they're setting up here, right?
Maybe.
So the Federation agreed to take 900 million, and there was pushback like, we could use those resources better here.
I don't know. Yeah, why is this got to be called social justice? You're the one labeling this. I don't like it. It's just normal Star Trek. This is fine.
Exactly. That's my point.
It's
the right thing, but people will call it social justice.
I'm not willing to even argue with those people. It's not social justice. It's just regular
I'm not
style.
arguing with them. I'm just saying it is what it is, and people are going to complain about it.
Fuck those people. This is great.
Okay. It is what it is.
Yeah.
This is Star Trek. I agree with you. I don't know why we're arguing about this.
We're not. I'm totally fine with Captain Picard having a big old row about refugees. I'm totally fine with that.
Yes, I knew you would be. This isn't an argument or a debate.
I know.
It's just like people are going to complain about this. I'm like, well, this is what Star Trek's always been.
Yeah. No, totally. And
So,
there's other refugee episodes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's other slavery
Jesus,
episodes.
fucking. There's a whole movie about refugees. Fucking insurrection.
Oh yeah.
It's all about relocating certain kinds of people and not others.
Yeah. And stripping their planet for their own benefits, for their natural resources, and displacing them.
Yes.
I know. Again, I agree with you. That's why I don't understand how people will watch this and complain about its social justice. I'm like, did you ever watch Star Trek?
Yeah.
And they did, and they didn't understand.
Well, these people sound really cool.
They're not.
I know.
That's why I'm so disappointed in Trek.
I know.
YouTube.
I'm bad at sarcasm, but
except for Jessie Gender, she does a pretty good job at analysis.
Is that the one that you've showed me before?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I have.
I think I know what you're. She wears a suit sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so she does a pretty good job. She was even
good job.
She did an analysis of Star Trek Nemesis, and she was even like kind to Star Trek Nemesis at some point. I was like, oof. That's how you know you're dealing with a reasonable person. If they could say nice things about Star Trek Nemesis.
It's got Jean-Luc Picard in it. It's got
Tom Hardy.
It's got Bane in it.
The people.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that kind of sets the stage. So I was surprised that we got so clear of what the season is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
That is clearly going to be him dealing with not feeling like the Federation and Starfleet is doing what they're supposed to do, that this whole thing went wrong. They were going to take these refugees. People didn't like that for some reason, but they agreed to do it anyway. And then shit went wrong, assumingly, when he was taken hostage, and those two Tal Shiar came back with him.
Maybe they lost their fleet. Maybe when the synths attacked. I guess that's what we're assuming.
Yeah, and I'll get to that too because I didn't expect that at all.
The synths thing.
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all. And then it's going to set up so he comes back because of that whole situation. Starfleet then says, nope, we're closing the borders, right? Yeah. And they withdraw. Yeah. He even talks about they withdraw, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
And so now it's going to be like dealing with the fallout of that. And the Romulans are obviously out here just drifting in Borg cubes, apparently, right? And he's going to try to, I guess, resolve this and try to get the Federation to do the right thing again and accept these refugees who are out here wandering in caravans.
So
right?
I wonder what's going on with the cube. I wonder why that's a thing.
I mean, I assume it's because they have nowhere to go. You know, that's what I'm saying. They're adrift because...
Could be. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
They have nowhere to go.
I wouldn't want to live on a cube.
No.
Of course, I wouldn't want to sail the Mediterranean in a life raft.
Touche. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about that? Did you expect that we would get that story? So
No, I didn't think we were going to do synths. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, well, that's a separate thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, is that what you expected they were going to do with their whole Romulan thing?
I figured it'd be something like that. I figured that it would be similar. I just knew that the Romulan refugee crisis would be prominent.
Well, yeah, I figured that, but I guess what I'm saying is I didn't expect it to be laid out so bare and so complete in the premiere. I expected it to be something that would slowly build up.
Well, that's what I was saying about. I was surprised in the opening interview the way he was so formally like, "We left those people."
Yeah.
We promised to help them or something. I was like, "Oh wow, this is strong." I got like all teary right away.
Yeah. Okay, now.
And honestly, I didn't notice any of the bad acting you were talking about because like I was just so caught up in it because like whenever she shows up to his house and he's like, hey, just calm down and we'll figure this out. I was like, I want Jean-Luc to help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great.
He is great.
He's great.
And then I love, what'd you think of the lady scientist?
Oh, she's great.
I like her.
I loved her.
Newsroom.
I liked her immediately when he was like, when he asked her about the flesh and blood, she just starts laughing at him. Yeah. I was like, oh, she's great.
And then she was in Newsroom, that actress.
Yes.
She was really good in
Alison
that.
Pill.
Did you watch it?
I watched a couple episodes, but I did not watch it.
I was really into it.
What's his name? Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah.
His writing gets...
Nah. I like conversations, so.
No, I get it, but it's just... It insists upon itself.
Sure.
So, there's a time and a place.
Yeah.
I just wasn't in a time and a place when that show was on.
Yeah, it seems like nobody was.
Yeah, exactly. It just felt very preachy.
Yeah, it did. I kind of soaked it up, though. I don't know.
It was the West Wing in a time when people didn't want the West Wing.
That's fair.
So...
Anywho, I really liked her. I want to know more about Bruce. I don't know if we're going to meet Bruce or Bruce is dead. She keeps talking about Bruce.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he's Dr. Manhattan.
Somebody is going to have to mention this in the comics or in the comments. If the Bruce, I'm wondering if that was the guy, because it looked like Picard kind of made a face when he heard about that. And it makes me wonder if he would. Do you remember the episode of The Next Generation? I forget the name of it. Like something about
Shaka when the walls fell. Sorry,
the make of a man or something like that. Anyway, it's the one where that scientist from Starfleet comes to the Enterprise and they try to take Data.
Oh yeah, and they do a trial.
They do it. Yeah, he does a trial. It's like prove that Data is a person.
I remember.
And he has rights, and you can't he's not property.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if I don't remember that scientist's name. I'm wondering if this is that scientist.
Oh.
But I don't remember that scientist's name. So somebody in the comments, let me know.
We have to look that up. That'd be sick. Yeah. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
I like the double painting. I think that's really very Data.
Yeah, to make two of them.
He made two of them, and the ladies looking in two different directions in each one. I just. Even if
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, and the one
Was she?
Yeah, and the one above his fireplace.
Yeah.
The lady is just looking on at the sea. And the one in his vault.
She's looking back.
She's got her head turned. Which is why he went to the vault. He couldn't see her face in that one. And when he got to the vault, he saw her.
I thought that it was the one that was above his fireplace wasn't finished.
No, her head's
because
turned.
he dreams about he dreams about finish it or whatever.
Nope, her head's turned. It's different in both.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's got a sister piece. It's really cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Very Data. It feels very Data.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Data was so cool.
Data is cool.
We got more Data in this episode than I expected. I think we'd only ever seen in the trailers the scene where he was painting. We hadn't seen them playing cards.
And I like that. You know what I was worried that it was gonna be a lot of like, we're gonna do all the next gen stuff now, and then we're just gonna like hand off to Rose and Finn and what's her name, Ray, like right now. Like, I thought they were just gonna do this thing where they remember next gen, and then here's the new people.
Yeah.
I thought that's all this was gonna be.
Yeah,
I was worried about that, but no, it seems like legit.
We still haven't seen Riker, Troy.
Yeah,
I imagine it's gonna be sprinkled out. So he's gonna run across them.
Totally fine.
Right. He's gonna in episode 3. He's gonna end up at Troy and Riker's.
I'm really
excited. And in episode 5, he's gonna end up run across 7 somehow.
I'm super excited to see Jerry Ryan.
Yeah. I don't know when we're gonna see her.
Yeah. Did you know that the doctors? I think, as I understand it, the Doctor hologram from Voyager, that guy, he's signed on to do next season.
Robert Picardo.
Yeah, he's already signed to do episodes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he'll be.
Well, then, and did you see
Seven and him? Who
Yeah?
knows what? Yeah, maybe they could. That was super weird. That ended super weird.
What?
I don't know. Between Seven and him, it was all. He was like always trying to get her to date him, and then
the doctor?
Yeah,
No, Harry Kim was.
Nah, that was very brief with Harry Kim. But like ultimately the no. Do you remember the doctor like hits on her towards the end, and then like he finds out that she's with Chakotay, like she's been seeing Chakotay at the very end.
Wow, I don't remember any of that.
For sure that
my Voyager lore is weak. Apparently,
it's super awkward. It's like super like clingy and gross the way the doctor does it.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can find like a compilation of the doctor being clingy after this.
I feel like everybody was that way with Seven. I feel like Kim was that way.
Sure, but it's very brief with Kim. It's not that many episodes, but with Doctor, it's like this.
Neelix is that way with Kes.
Yeah, it's slow. It was like a slow build with the Doctor, and everybody got the impression that she was gonna be with be into it, and then it's like clear that it's very much a 500 Days of Summer thing, where she was never into the Doctor, but you know she spent so much time with him, that we all kind of figure that they'll end up together, because he clearly likes her, and then she's like, no, I like the guy with the tattoos.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, I think I probably only seen seasons 6 and 7 of Voyager once, and it was years ago.
Could you stand to see a Janeway?
Yeah, I imagine.
Could you stand to see a Return of the Prophet?
Of the Prophet.
Mm-hmm. Captain Benjamin Sisko.
Oh. Yeah. If they all came back, it'd be great.
I would love the Prophet. Wouldn't it be great if he like came back through the wormhole or whatever? Like, remember he's like in heaven with the Prophet with the whatevers.
Yeah.
What are they again?
What do they call
them? Are they called the Prophets?
I think they're
yes, he's the emissary.
He's the emissary.
They're the prophets.
Yes, they're the prophets. He's the emissary.
So yeah, he's in heaven with the prophets.
Yeah,
and
which of course heaven just means the wormhole.
It's heaven.
The wormhole dimension.
It's heaven, Paul.
Okay.
And I could. Let's do that. Let's do that next season. Even let's do that. Let's have a Captain Sisko shows back up.
Anyway, I was gonna say Patrick Stewart went on The View and he invited Whoopi Goldberg to be in season 2 of Picard. So
that would be excellent.
That would be cool. Just get the whole crew together.
Good thing she hasn't aged.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's got hair now. So
man, yeah.
But that would be cool.
That would be cool.
People, it's like, Joy Behar would say something like, "Oh, you'd have to like, would you have to cut your hair?" Something. I was like, "What? Elorians have hair?" Like, it was just Guinan that didn't have hair. It's not like a species
did Guinan
thing.
Not have hair at all?
I don't think so.
Guinan was bald? I figured she just had a hat on.
No, I think she always wore the hat because she was bald. I think that was the implication. No, wait. She had hair in Generations, didn't she? Because we saw her without the hat in Generations.
I thought so.
Yeah, we saw her without the hat in Generations, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, she could totally have hair.
So I'm down. I'm down for all of it. I liked it.
That'll be great.
I wish that she
It was great. She cried.
I wish that Dodge didn't have to die so hard, but
yeah, so they really
when she jumped. When she jumped, I screamed when she jumped.
Yeah, you did.
That was so great. That was awesome.
Well, I mean, it became pretty clear pretty soon that she was synthetic. Well, at first, I thought that she may be like a Romulan Tal Shiar spy.
Yeah,
that was like
good.
a plant.
That was a solid idea.
Well, you know, because a reference like they did the Russian spies, and you get activated in the U.S. and you get activated by a code word or something like that. That's where I thought that was going.
Yeah,
but no, she's a synth. So, how do you feel about them calling them synths all of a sudden?
I'm fine with it because there's so many versions. There's holograms. There's positronic androids.
Well, no, I mean, I think they're specifically just talking about androids.
No, I bet we're gonna have to deal with
because there's a hologram in this show, so clearly they didn't ban holograms.
But it might not be like the Doctor. It might be that could be something that's just an index. It's just Siri.
Yeah, it's a program.
It's just Siri, right? Or Google Home.
Yeah,
right. I think that's what she is. I think we're gonna find out that it's all of it.
I mean, that's what most holograms are.
Because we left,
with the exception of the Doctor and that one episode of TNG with Moriarty.
Yeah. But the Doctor, it could be I think it's probably just gonna be any form of created intelligence, like he said deliberately made.
Well, okay, but here's the thing: they talk about the synths attacked Mars, but from what I gather, those synths weren't sentient, like because she said we couldn't do it, not like we did with Data,
or at least, I don't know. We don't know. We're speculating.
That's why I assumed it was just like androids.
No, I think it's any kind. I think it's going to be a conglomerate of AI that have banded together and go like they're versions of the Doctor all over the galaxy, different species maybe even, and they just turns out you can't trust them. They're dirty and they attack you on Mars.
It's like her, but they have bodies.
Yeah.
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 Or maybe not. Maybe they didn't. We don't know how.
Maybe they
attacked.
just controlled the ships.
Yeah, maybe they just took over ships and just went ham. I don't know. I'm really excited.
I'm not getting that. I'm getting the vibe that it's actual physical android.
Well, that could be cool too.
I mean, that's just where I'm assuming they're doing.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I didn't expect that. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about having synths be a thing, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is like, I don't know. It feels like there's already enough going on with the Romulan story and the Dodge story, which I guess, again, it's not really Dodge. So, like, even when I look up on IMDb, they still say Dodge in 8 episodes. I'm like, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be this other person for the next 7 episodes. So they really held that one close to the vest. It reminds me of Discovery season 1 where they didn't. It was the same actor that played Voke as played. What the hell's his name?
Oh,
the guy you don't like.
The guy with no chin.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Anyway, it's the same actor that played him because he's the same guy.
Tyler.
And they actually like invented an actor that was playing the other guy. It kind of reminds me of that thing. So like everybody thought it was like some actor that nobody had ever heard of playing Voke, and then it turns out it was just made up, right? Anyway, so they really played this one close to chest. But anyway, what I mean by that is I expected there to be like, well, it's just here's a story about Romulans. And okay, even if she's an android, it's very specifically related to Data.
Yeah.
Right. She's apparently created as a spawn of one of his neutrons from his neural net. Right. And that's how you can apparently clone these people or clone an android in twins. And so that's why she's special. I didn't expect that there was going to be a whole storyline of synths and androids going on with that.
I like it. It depends on how they do it. I'm excited to see it. I wanted to know what happened to those doctors mining that asteroid at the end of that one Voyager episode. So you know that episode you were talking about with Data where that guy shows up and wants to put him on trial? They do that to the Doctor.
Oh, okay.
And at the end of that episode, it flashes to somewhere in the Federation where they're mining the lithium at an asteroid, and it's all the Doctor. It's all the Doctor.
Oh.
This is what they do with that EMH.
Yeah.
And so they all work the mines. And like they pass along the Doctor's trial record. And it's like, here, brother.
Yeah.
Viva la revolution. I don't know.
Oh, so they're like sentient?
Yeah, it looks sentient, yeah, in the end of the episode. And I always wondered, I wonder what happened to those guys. And
because their EMHs still in Starfleet even when they get back.
Well, but remember
because there's Martin Short.
Yes, but
not Martin Short, but you know.
But
Andy Dick.
I know it to be so that they find the Doctor's version of the EMH.
Yeah.
They find him to be unstable. And when I say, I bet what they mean is that he is sentient.
Oh,
I think that's what they ultimately discover is that he's.
Yeah, didn't they mention that when Andy Dick is on there when he's the Mark II and he mentioned something about how it was unstable and it had lots of problems or something?
Yes, that's right. That's what that was.
When he was on the Prometheus or whatever.
That's right. Yes, I forgot. That's what it was. Yes.
But I don't. Yeah, but they never specified that he was sentient. That was a problem. They just said he had bugs.
Yeah, well, I think they used the word unstable.
They used unstable. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a trial later, and then they show all these. They're passing out. The Doctor's memoirs.
I wonder if that's one of those things that's not really going to stay canon.
I don't know.
It's like a potential future.
I could take it. That's why I kind of thought, okay, holograms and androids and this is just all the AI got together. The synths. They're all synthetic. Yeah. Right?
Maybe. I don't know. I just we'll see. Right now I'm interpreting it as just being androids.
I know that.
But maybe it is.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I think it's going to be an A plot, B plot, and I wasn't expecting a B plot.
Really? What B? What do you mean? Like between Romulans and Synths?
Yeah.
No,
there's going to be 2 plots going forward.
I think it's going to all get together because like.
Well, yeah, but that's how A plots and B plots go.
Oh, well, fair enough. But I mean, like, so the Synths are a thing. The Borg are a thing. They have a synth-related thing, and the Romulans are on a Borg ship. So it all kind of is in the same pot, it seems. I don't know how it's all connected, but something about it being like the Borg is going to come into this, I imagine.
Yeah, that's the thing. I guess that's a C plot. We haven't seen the Borg yet, but we know they're going to be there.
And why do the Romulans care about a synth, right?
Yes. Well, they call her the Destroyer.
Well, they did it. The one crazy lady did, but we don't know.
Multiple people. We've seen in other trailers. Multiple people call her that.
Sure.
Oh, and the guy who comes up to her at the end, who's a Romulan, then we see in the trailer he's talking like she has no idea how powerful she is, and it's like, and I assume that's because she doesn't know yet that she's an android.
Sure.
But even then, it's like, okay, like Data wasn't like
she can long jump like a
Data wasn't Dr. Manhattan,
like a beast. Did you see her jump?
I did see her jump.
That was quite the jump.
If I hadn't seen it, I would have heard you point it out. So I don't know, and that's what's weird. It's like I said, Data wasn't like a Dr. Manhattan guy. Like he was smart, he was fast.
Yeah.
But it was like
not as good a long jump.
Yeah. We never saw him do that. So it's like I can't imagine anybody referring to Data as the Destroyer.
No.
So I wonder what's different about her.
Yeah. I imagine she's got some connection to the Borg.
It's got to be. You wonder if part of the process that this guy used to recreate it also involved, especially that she's flesh, he figured out something about the Borg, how they fused the two, and maybe even looked in the records from when Data was, worked with the Borg in First Contact, and they fused human skin to him. That he figured out something about that.
Well, you know what?
And that's why she's so powerful.
Remember what they said about you really only need one neuron or something for some magic reason that Data's alive, right? What if that's the Borg connection, like you say? Like when they Borg were doing stuff to him, they copied or have extracted a neuron. Yeah. And so you got that from a Borg cube, and that's why it's on the Romulans are related to this, because the Romulans were on that Borg cube. Maybe it is the cube from First Contact.
Yeah,
and that's why they have Data's. Well, no, because he was on the sphere, so that doesn't make sense.
Well, no, he was on the Enterprise.
Data was on the sphere when he was talking to the Borg. Oh no,
you're right.
You're right.
They blew up the sphere as soon as they got back.
That's right.
As soon as they went to the vortex.
Yes. It's been a minute. Gotcha. Yeah. No, I don't know. But anyway, I wonder if the neuron that they needed they got that from Borg tech.
I don't know. Even that seems weird because like the whole thing was, right? He got all of his organic stuff got liquefied when they did the thing with the warp core.
The neuron isn't organic, right?
No, but I mean, like, if there wouldn't be anything left of what the Borg added to him if it all got liquefied, is what I'm saying.
Well, I'm not saying it was. No. I'm just saying like maybe they took a positronic sample from his brain, like they took out a circuit. And they have a neuron.
You mean the Borg did?
Yeah, and maybe they had maybe they measured all in it, and that's where they got. I don't know.
But they all got killed.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what happened, right?
Exactly.
I don't know. It seems if all you need is a neuron, it seems like, I don't know. Like, I've got blood out there circulating from tests I've had. It seems like they'd have that sitting around. He's in Starfleet for how many years?
I'm surprised they didn't just have complete schematics of him.
Yeah.
It's weird. I guess if I don't want them to have complete schematics of me, they're not going to get it. So,
I mean, if you go to the military, they will.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. And he was in the Navy.
Yeah, so that's the thing that's weird. It seems like they would have had
that was my first thought. I was like, you don't have any copies of his schematics?
Yeah.
When she said that, if we only had Data, I was like, you had him for 7 years.
Yeah. Well, longer than that.
But still. So
I know that's something that always kind of made me feel weird. Even when TNG was like, Data's the only one.
Yeah.
The only one in the galaxy that we know of that is this advanced, and it's just like.
Well, I always took it to be.
But he's just chilling with you guys all the time. How have you not figured this out yet?
Well, I always took that, and I thought the same thing when I would watch TNG. But I always thought it should be the sum of the parts kind of thing, where okay, we know every part of Data, but when we put it together,
right?
It just quacks.
Before.
It just quacks.
Like before.
It just wants to float in the lake.
Yeah.
And eat. Pellets.
Well, I mean, and to be fair, right? Like the EMH. Like, we just programmed it to be this hologram, and then it became sentient. We have no idea how it happened.
Yeah, which I like. I like them leaving that out, because we don't know what sentience and conscience. We don't have good definitions of those. So it's good to just like.
Which is always the thing that's sketchy, because then, like, in the comic, Picard's like, we're here to get all sentient life. And
he said advanced forms of life.
No, but at one point he says sentient. At first he said advanced, and then he said sentient. Because I remember specifically reading that thing and like, all right, but what is sentience? So, like, what counts?
If you can't tell, it counts. I say
that's fair.
I say if you can't tell, it counts.
Well, it's the old Supreme Court thing. Like, I don't know, I can't define it, but I know it when I see it. It's like they're carrying guns and they're talking. I'm pretty clear on this. They're sentient. We shouldn't let them die.
Yeah.
Yeah. People talk about that, like veganism. Like, how could you look at your cat? And I'm like, my cat's never really picked up a tool and used it, so I don't know. And I don't really think it's the same thing, guys. So anyway, as soon as my cat starts picking up a screwdriver, then I'll feel really differently about the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway.
So we'll do how many episodes?
There's either 8 or 10.
Too few.
Let's see.
It's okay though.
I can't remember. Let me check. I think it's 8 or 10. How did you feel about the imagery? Wow. About like the ships and the tech.
Oh, I loved San Francisco. I thought that was super cool. I liked the Romulan ship. I liked the Borg ship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was into it.
I was like the Borg ship.
I bought all of it. I bought everything they were trying to sell me.
I liked seeing more of Earth. Man, well, right now they're only showing 4. That can't be right. I'm pretty sure it's 8. I'm pretty sure it's 8.
Feels like the number they'd pick.
Maybe 10. Anyway, yeah, I liked seeing a lot more of Earth. I like seeing. We saw San Francisco. We saw Paris.
Oh, we saw Paris.
Okinawa.
That was great.
Yeah,
that was great. And Okinawa. Yeah.
It was cool. One of the things that which I understand, especially in the 80s and 90s, they didn't have the tech to do the, all the special effects for just a couple of scenes.
And Hitler still had Paris.
Okay. This was this cybernetic Hitler or something raised from the dead. I was like, wish that we had seen more of Starfleet and more of Earth.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In Star Trek.
Well, okay, I have 2 questions. I have 2 really interesting questions for you actually that you reminded me. A, do you want to know what the legislative body of the Federation is like? Or do you
sure. Yes, I've always been interested in that, but I feel like we saw some of it in Enterprise. There's a president and there's a council.
Yeah, we knew all that, but I want to know exactly the mechanisms. Is there what is it a bicameral legislature? Is it Is it just like the Senate in Star Wars where it's just
my understanding is it's very much like any other communist country. It's like there's a party.
Okay, maybe.
And it's just like a parliament.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it's just all a single party because everybody's on the same page.
There's no way that they won't do multiple parties, but. They'll have a minority party that's pro-synth, right?
Sure. Cuba had a minority party too.
Yeah. So the second question.
Yes.
Are you interested in there being an ecumenopolis?
A what?
A city planet. Like Coruscant or Trantor.
No.
You don't want there to be a city planet in Star Wars?
No. In Star Trek, you mean?
Star Trek. What about if it were a Borg city planet?
I mean, that would make sense.
That would make sense. I want there to be a city planet. I think they're cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
you like having no plant life anywhere.
Just on a planet. It could have been a moon before. Who knows? It could have been barren.
How does it produce oxygen with no plant life?
With the machines that run the fucking city. Okay. They built a city on it, Paul. They built an atmosphere too.
All right. No, I don't like that.
It depends.
That's something that makes sense for Star Wars and doesn't make sense for Star Trek.
Maybe. It just depends on how much technology you want to give them, right? What kind of tier civilization.
Right.
Right.
Star Trek is always Star Wars is a universe where you expand ad infinitum and then you destroy stuff because you're using all the natural resources and because this is just how the universe is. Where Star Trek is always especially in the Federation, has always been no, population growth slows down because we're responsible and we have a balance.
Maybe.
That's the whole point.
Sure.
I can't imagine the Federation ever having an entire planet that's just a city planet.
I guess they had colonies.
It doesn't make sense.
They had colonies out in near Cardassia. So
sure, were they city planets?
No, but the colonies wouldn't be city planets.
Yeah. So what's the relevance?
A big because that's just like a conventional. It's not like we're just going to slow down they're colonizing other planets.
Sure.
So they just seem regular.
But they're explorers. So the whole point was especially if it's uninhabited, you go there to do science and research.
It would depend how they did it for me for the city planet, because I wouldn't want Earth to be a city planet in this. That would be stupid. But
you just want somebody else's planet.
Yeah,
to be
I just want to be oh man, yeah, they built a whole fucking city on it. No, I think they're cool. That's all.
I mean, the only place that might make sense would be okay, if Mars was like that.
Yeah, wouldn't that be sweet?
Because there was nothing there to begin with.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Or the moon or something
that'd
like that.
That'd be so down. Yeah, the Mars looks suspiciously sparse when we looked at it, didn't it?
Yeah, because I imagine they didn't actually build a whole bunch of shit there because it's
they had warp drive before they did. Yeah, so
yeah. Well, and it's just Well, A, that, and then B, it's just like, okay, why would we invest all these resources in building a lot of stuff here when you can't go outside?
Yeah.
Right? Let's just find another Class M planet.
Right.
And we'll just build stuff there.
Right. That's what having the
This one's just there because it's close, and so we build ships there.
Having the warp drive makes it, you don't need Mars. That's a good point.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I was just curious if you would like it.
Not particularly.
Fair enough.
In terms of the visuals, like I said, I like seeing more of Earth. The Enterprise D is cool. Looked great.
Sure.
We see the uniforms. Like in terms of like, people complain a lot about Discovery. It doesn't look like it fits inside canon. Blah blah blah. The Enterprise looks different than it looked in TOS. It looks better. Don't at me. But this one was just very much like, nope, this is just the Enterprise D. Doesn't look any different at all. Like, oh, it's a little shiny. Like, whatever. Nice. It's special effects, guys.
I don't know. I didn't leave an impression on me. I just, oh, yeah. D.
It was just cool to see it. Yeah. It looked good in HD. It's the first time we've seen it in HD.
Oh, really?
I mean, technically speaking, I guess the HD re-release of The Next Generation.
Oh, okay.
But because it was shot, anyway, it's weird. But they had to redo the special effects. But
did they?
Well, yeah, because it was all done on video.
I didn't know they redid the special effects.
They had to.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Oh, maybe I should go back and watch TNG then.
They did it in the original series too.
I knew about the original series. I didn't know they did that with TNG. Okay, I'll go back and look at it.
Because like I said, it was mastered on video, so so they haven't done it with Voyager and DS9 because it's not popular enough. So they wouldn't make enough money off of it. But they did it for TNG. They had to go back and redo every single special effect for TNG. But anyway, that was based on miniatures.
Star Trek goes nowhere, and Star Trek goes too far. It's Voyager, too far away.
Oh yeah, gotcha. But anyway, that was all based on miniatures, so it was like cool to see like an updated thing. I like how he goes into his archive and it's basically just like a fan nostalgia.
Yeah,
overload.
Well, I was all fine with it. The only thing I didn't like about that, I couldn't help but notice he has a shuttle from Star Trek. Insurrection.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was the captain's yacht.
Yeah, I remember that. I had that toy. And I was like, why? Why do you have this? Why do you have a model of this in your vault?
It was his personal yacht.
It's his personal model of his personal yacht.
Yeah, sure.
It's not his personal yacht. It was just the yacht of whoever was on the Enterprise, captain.
Which was him.
I know, but it's not his. It's not his personal thing. He doesn't own it.
I mean, do we know? Was there ever another captain of the Enterprise E?
So you think he just has that yacht somewhere in his backyard?
No. I mean, I assume it got. No. I assume it got. But I'm just saying he was the only one to ever use it.
Maybe.
So it's like might as well be his. It's like my desk at work. It's not. I don't own it, but it's my desk.
You're being deliberately obstinate. Why does this man have a model of his commissioned yacht?
Because I imagine he had a good time. Why does he have a model of the Enterprise? Why does he have a model of the Enterprise? Why does he have a model of the Stargazer? Doesn't wear his personal. He wasn't even the first captain of the Stargazer.
Those are different than than the captain's yacht.
No,
those are different.
I think it's worse. Because he's living on the Enterprise D with 900 other people, but like, oh, this is me. But then his yacht is like specifically for him. He was the only one ever out using it, cruising around, having vacations in it.
All right.
It's way more personal than the Enterprise was.
Okay. Yeah, I now associate Captain Picard with the captain's yacht more than I do with the Enterprise D or E.
Well, no, you don't, but that's because you only ever saw it on screen like 2 scenes.
I haven't heard him say one goddamn thing that you just made up about his good times on the yacht. Why is there a yacht in his vault?
We're just imagining that this is what happened,
Paul,
in between the movies.
It's not in his study or on a bookshelf.
Sure.
It's in his vault.
Yeah.
He's got a model of his yacht.
Yeah.
The captain's yacht, which is a shuttle. He doesn't need a yacht. He can get a blowjob from the holodeck. He doesn't need a yacht. It doesn't make any sense. I don't like the yacht. Why does he need to go have a party on this yacht?
Why does that bother you so much?
Why does he have a model of a shuttle in his vault with his prized possessions from Data and Worf, I assume?
It's just a model. It's like a thing that he hung out on. It doesn't strike me as any different as any of the others.
No, because maybe that Batleth was the one that.
Well, no, the Batleth makes sense.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that was one that was given to him by Gowron, wasn't it?
Yeah, or it was the one that killed Gowron.
Oh, it could be.
Whatever.
Yeah. No. To me, what I'm saying is, it doesn't see. It's no weirder to me than having a model of the Enterprise or the Stargazer or anything like that. It's just these are ships
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
These are ships that he commanded.
You think that it's equally? Sorry. You think it's no more strange to have a model of a shuttle than a model of a ship you command, a warship you commanded?
But he also commanded that shuttle. That was a diplomatic. That wasn't just like a shuttle that you take. That wasn't like, Enterprise Shuttle 1, 2 that you take that you go from the ship to the planet. That was specifically a yacht. It was, if you look in the manuals, it's specifically designed for like diplomatic events and stuff like that. So like you go out from the ship and then like it's like its own separate thing. Okay, it's more like the Delta Flyer than it is just Shuttle A. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you mean in that it's not just a shuttle.
Like you're basically asking, like, why would Tom Paris have a model of the Delta Flyer?
Because Tom built it.
Well, okay. But
he built it. He designed it.
I mean, yeah, but still.
But still, I'm glad he enjoys it. I'm glad it's in his vault.
I think your mic's messed up again.
It's safe in his vault.
But I mean, like, it's not like Picard designed and built the Enterprise or the Stargazer.
But he commanded it.
Okay, he commanded the yacht.
Makes perfect sense.
I think it does. I don't know why it's so hard to understand.
I don't know why you won't just go, huh? That's just weird.
Because I just don't find it to be weird.
That's fine. I
don't find it to be weird. Yeah, it just felt like the whole room though was just like a wink and a nod to Star Trek fans. Like you got the Captain Picard Day. You got the Batlet.
I noticed that. Yeah.
You got the Enterprises. You got all these little things, callbacks. I didn't see what all the plaques were in the background, so I don't know.
And he took out. Oh yeah, he was there to see the painting. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see what happens next time.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Oh, I will make one comment about the tech that is weird to me.
Hit me.
That seems weird to me, and that is the shuttles. You see the shuttles flying around in San Francisco and all over Earth, whatever, and then the same shuttles from Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, really?
Which they're 130 years apart.
Yeah, maybe they just get sold at auction or something, and people just have them.
Okay,
I don't know. It's my best shot.
But it's one of those things like a continuity thing.
Yeah, why bother do that? Yeah.
Well, it's like, okay, but like when we saw Earth in like the Star Trek TOS movies, they weren't using those shuttles. Yeah. When we saw Earth in the TNG, whenever we rarely saw it, they weren't using those shuttles. So it's like they used them 100 and something years ago, then they didn't use them for a while, and then they bring them back. It's like, well, and it's like, okay. I mean, the real answer is because they're sharing CG models.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's like it doesn't bother me that much, but it's just like, it's a little weird.
Yeah, I mean, no.
And I like the way they look anyway. But that's only going to fuel people to be like, this doesn't belong in Star Trek Discovery. It looks too advanced.
They should just put like an unadulterated, like just regular style Twin Towers back in New York. Like nothing ever happened.
It's just an alternate universe.
Yeah.
Yeah? I wonder if we would see New York. New York's never been big in Star Trek lore.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever seen it in Star Trek.
We don't know if it's there.
Fair play.
So as far as I know. It could have
gotten destroyed in World War III.
World War III, yeah.
Although, it seems weird. Why would... Well, I don't know.
I can't remember how many it's dead because I know Riker says it in First Contact.
Wasn't it like 600 million or something like that?
It's something like that.
It was a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I was gonna say it seems. I was gonna say like, why would you destroy New York and not San Francisco? But I mean, I don't know. Trying to imagine the geopolitical ramifications of what was more important at the time is whatever.
Sure,
it's nonsense.
It's whatever you want.
So anyway, other than that, yeah, I liked it. I'm excited to see what's happening.
I'm so excited. I'm a million times more excited than I was for Discovery. So yeah.
Yeah, and I like Discovery. I'm excited for Discovery.
I like Discovery. I liked everything but the last episode of the second season.
Oh, I know. So bad. But in season 3, it's what I'm glad about more than anything, I think.
When does it come out?
Like right after Picard. So it's like March or April.
Sweet. We'll be busy. Excellent.
Yeah. God, I hope they don't do it like they're doing Picard at fucking 3:00 in the morning.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna do it the day after, man. If that's what
so annoying.
I'm not staying up till 9 and doing it to 10.
There's
Fuck
no
it. Let's just do it after. It's fine.
Anyway, no, I mean I hope it comes out at like 8, like normal.
If you want us to do it, write it when it comes out, and enough of you protest in the comments, then we'll talk about it.
No, I'm just happy to see Star Trek move forward.
Yeah. Future Star Trek.
This is the first Star Trek we've seen go beyond Deep Space Nine and Voyager.
Yeah.
and I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I may, as much as I do like Discovery, I maintain it's never a good idea to go back in the past, especially in Star Trek, because you just can't do it with the tech. They look outdated, and so you would never do it and please everybody. Just stop doing it. So we're going forward. I like it.
Unless you go way back. Unless you want to go way, way back. If you want to do like...
Didn't really work for Enterprise either.
That's what I'm saying. But I could get behind, let's say, dealing with First Contact. Just like, we show, like we did the first scene of the first episode is the Romulans showing up, meeting Zevran Cochrane, and then we fast forward 10 years and then it's...
If they would do that, and this is going to sound super nerdy and like it wouldn't work, and so they'll never do it. But like, if you did do that, I don't want to see like the tech and everything like that. I want to see, like you were talking about earlier, what does this government look like in this new unified Earth?
Yes.
Just do a political drama about post First Contact Earth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That would be cool.
That would be super cool.
That would be cool to me.
Right.
It would not be cool to enough people for them to do it.
But when you're talking about you don't like going to the past, you're talking about you don't want to fuck with the stuff that's already there. I don't need to see Spock again.
Sure,
that's what we mean. We don't just that whole era. You're not going to do the technology right. You're not.
Well, I feel that way about I feel that way about Star Wars too. Like I didn't need more Skywalker stuff. Just give me new stories.
Oh
right?
yeah, I completely agreed.
So it's the same thing with Star Trek. It's like but that's one is that I don't need it. I don't need more Kirk. I don't need more Spock. We've seen it in 2 different universes now. I'm good with it, right?
Maybe 3, depending on how Discovery works out.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, though, from a technology standpoint, like Star Wars holds up across time because it's not us, right? It's not humans, technically. It's galaxy far, far away, right? And it's this weird eclectic mix of like we have lightsabers and light speed, but like also we have like we all wear robes and everything's dirty and we just have buttons and switches everywhere, right? So it's this weird mix of stuff that like because it's not us and because it looks advanced in some ways but not advanced in other ways, it looks timeless. Yeah. And the aesthetic always holds up.
Yeah. Whereas Star Trek
doesn't. Yeah. And it's us and you look back at TOS now and you're like, okay, in the pilot they were like printing stuff out.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be 200 years from now. No, that doesn't make sense.
I completely agree with you.
Don't go back to that time period. It doesn't work.
I completely agree with you.
So it's that tool. So seeing us go forward, and now the same thing's going to happen in Discovery. We're going 1,000 years in the future too. So
sweet.
Yep.
I'm down. Let's do it.
All right. So the plan is we'll be here reviewing Star Trek Picard every week.
I guess Thursday.
Yeah, I guess on Thursdays.
Yeah.
So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. And
welcome back.
Yeah. Leave a comment and let us know what you thought of Star Trek Picard. Until next time, keep it casual, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.